This is Mr. RB. Last week we made our own wacky race car drawings. Today we're going to be making our own race car map. To get started, some of the things that I've pulled together include some tape. It could be clear tape or masking tape. Some drawing materials, pencils, pens, crayons, whatever you have or that you like to use. I also pulled out something with a flat edge, in this case a piece of cardboard, and that'll help me when I want to make really straight lines for my straight roads. Also, I have some objects to serve as my cars. I could simply draw them myself and cut them out. I could print out the want some cars for your car race map page from the lesson plan and cut them out as I did over here. Or I could even use things that are around the house. I have a quarter, a penny, a seashell, and a rock. I could even use small toy cars that I already have. Or I could use a mix of these or even other things. Whatever you're using, as long as it's okay with your grown-ups, that could be a really fun idea. Let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do is get my cars together so I know how big my roads need to be to make room for my cars. I'm going to be using these objects here, so I know about how big they need to be. I'm going to set them aside so they're out of my way as I begin my drawing. And for paper, I have several pieces of computer printout paper. Any sort of paper could work. I could use an old cardboard box that's been opened up and use markers or other nice dark drawing materials like dark crayons to draw on it. I could use computer paper, the back of old worksheets. Any sort of paper will pretty much do. I have 3 pieces because the computer paper is 8.5 by 11 inches, and I wanted to make a slightly bigger map today, so I have more room for play. I'm going to put 2 of these together like this so they just barely touch. Notice they're not overlapping, they just barely touch. I then want to take a piece of tape, clear or masking tape, any tape will do, and I'm just going to attach it going right across from one piece to the other. I'm going to do that to the other side so that I have a 3-piece of paper car map. I can always add more or remove some if I decide it's more than I want. My tape is going a little long. Luckily, I have my trusty scissors right here, and I just snip off that little bit of extra. Snip, snip. Nice. I'm going to flip this over so I don't have to see the tape. I could draw right over the masking tape. Wouldn't work with the clear tape because it's just too slippery to draw on. But with the masking tape, I do have that choice. I'm going to start by getting out one of my cars and think that I want to be able to fit the car into the streets. So I'm going to start by making some lines for my car to show either side of the road. There's a straightaway. Well, I need to have room for the cars, and I want to leave a little extra space for passing, of course. I'm going to add some curves over here. Nice and big. Wow, that lines up with how wide my cardboard is. That's convenient. I'm going to put my straight edge down. And again, you do not have to use a straight edge. You can just draw your your straight lines freehand, I find that a straight edge helps me get really straight lines. I also like that this piece of cardboard is going to keep my roads a very consistent width. I'm going to make a little curve around there. Ooh, there's the bend in the road. I'm going to keep my road going down this way. And I'm going to curve up. All the way around here. I like this thick Sharpie. It gives a nice, bold, clear black line. I also like coloring in with the Sharpie lines because the black, clear, bold line looks so good against, well, any colors of markers, of crayons, of colored pencil. I'm just making this track go wherever I think it would be fun. Does yours have to be just like mine? No. It could be bigger. It could be smaller. It could be a whole different shape. All of it works just fine. Ooh, it's fun adding these on. I can make this up as I go. I really don't know what my pattern will be or what roads I'll add, but I can always add more. If I start playing with it and I wish I had more, could I tape on more paper? Sure. I'm going to have it come back into the first road. That looks fun. I can even make the little lines going down the middle of the road. We'll move that car aside for a moment. And over here. If I do not want the little lines going down the middle of the road, I could leave them out because it's my car race map, and I get to make it with my rules in the way that I want the race to go. Well, I have some basic road. I think I might want to add a few extra things. I'm going to add a gas, because with all those cars, they'll be needing some extra gas, I'm sure. Unless, of course, they're electric. I just thought of that. Maybe I better put an electric charging station in. I don't know if there's any electric race cars yet, but I bet there will be. There. Oh, what if the people watching or driving get hungry? I'm going to put a snack stand in over here. I'm curving the front so it matches there. And that way there'll be room to go up and get your hot dog, your ice cream, or whatever your favorite race day treats would be. I'm going to write snack stand right on it. S-N-A-C-K and stand. S-T plus the word and. A-N-D. Snack stand. I don't have to use words. I could just make a sign for it, and people would see the sign and maybe see a picture of a cookie or a hot dog, and then they would know. Well, I definitely want to get some race flags in here. I'll get those checkerboards. Do you have to add flags with checkerboards? No. This is a very add what you want kind of project. You could even make it bigger or smaller. You can draw larger and you have fewer things and fewer roads, but room for bigger cars. Or you could draw smaller and have more room for more cars. It's all good. If you have a lot of room to spread out, maybe you want to use more space. If you really want it to fit in a small area, hey, no problem. Well, I've added a lot of things around the racetrack. I'm thinking I want to add a few more. Maybe I'll add some trees. I'm going to draw them from the side view, even though I'm looking down on the race car. Oops, I don't know why there would be apple trees on the racetrack or next to it, but I'm just going to put them there. There's some apples. Later I could draw them in red, and that would be nice. I'll make 3. I think that'd be nice. That way when you're on one side of the racetrack, there's a little screen, a little apple tree screen between that and the other side. Could make the racetrack a lot more fun and a lot more attractive to be hanging out at. Wow, that's nice. I wonder what other things I could add. Well, I'm going to add a little house over here. There you go. And I'm going to put a sign out next to it. Race Headquarters. Race Headquarters. I think that would look really good colored in, but I wonder how this would work with my cars now. Well, remember, some of my cars I just cut out, like this blue one over here. That fits along very nicely. Vroom, 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 vroom. Oh, here's another purple one going by. Vroom, 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 vroom. But up comes the Shellmobile. Uh-oh. Right from underwater comes Shellmobile. Followed closely by that Stone Age rock car, the Stonemobile. And next, ooh, look, it's a penny car, followed by the much more valuable quarter car. Wow, I think you can get 25 of these pennies for the same price as one of these quarters. 25 pennies just for one quarter? Whoa, what a deal! I wonder who will come in first. Well, I hope you have fun with this. Remember, you can color it in however you like. And you can use all sorts of things for the cars. You could even go back to last week's project and draw some wacky race cars just for your racetrack. Have fun, take a photo and send it to us art teachers. We love to see how things are going. Bye-bye, everybody.